Hello everybody, this is TryandWear412 taking a look at the game and Let Slip the Dogs of War. I played as Austria, and my initial plan was to take control essentially of my side of the stalemate line, so I would first try for my share of the Balkans and then attack either Russia or Turkey first, and then the other one shortly after that. Once I achieved this line, to move down against Italy, and then would only need one more center to round it off for the win. So we will see how that worked out for me. I was contacted early on about the possibility of a central alliance, that is Germany, Austria, and Italy all working together, and that really fit well with my overall plan for the game. The idea that I was going to move down into the Balkans first, really ignoring Germany and Italy at the beginning of the game. So to have them as allies to start with would be a really good thing. And I'm able to work out deals also with both Russia and Turkey. So I kind of am in the good position for an Austrian player of being able to choose my own friends as the game begins. I set a standoff here, and so that was not an act of aggression, just part of our alliance, and I am able to take two of the Balkan centers, right away in this game. So a good start. As we roll into 1902, you see Italy pulling what's called the Lepanto, where he moves fleets down into the eastern Mediterranean and will eventually convoy an army across into Turkish territory. Also, you see Russia had moved into Galicia. I convinced him to move out, and then in the fall, I move in myself. You see my fleet supporting the Italian army into Turkey down here, and also my attacking Turkey here in Bulgaria. So a big hit against Turkey in 1902. And then here in 1903, I also hit Russia, moving into Romania and moving armies over into the Ukraine, while Italy continues moving around in Turkey. In the fall here, you see I attack Italy's holdings in Turkey. I am able to take Romania. I do take Sevastopol from the Russians, and then I take Constantinople from Italy as well. So I get 3 builds and have stabbed one of my allies, but I was able to pass it off to Germany as a preemptive strike against Italy, who had been talking about the two of us, Austria and Italy, turning on Germany eventually. So I told Germany, he's not really in this alliance, and I'm going to hit him before he hits us. So that gives me quite the good year in builds, and I get to add 3 on. Italy still wanting me as an ally, needing me as an ally really, with as large as I've gotten compared to him. And so I am able to work this out and orchestrate in the spring of '04 this little plot to keep him from working strictly against me. And it works out pretty well. He thinks he's going to be supporting Turkey into Ankara, but instead I go to Ankara and Turkey hits Constantinople. And then he thinks I'm going to support him into Constantinople, but instead I support myself in, and also will support myself into Venice here in the fall. Now I should make a note. We have, you see, these units finally moving into French territory. France has been out of the game since '03, so just about a full 2 years at this point, and people are just now moving into his centers. England, the original England, dropped out in '02 and then was taken over by a new player right away in '03. But then halfway through this year, '04, he also drops out right after Russia takes Norway from him. And so in the spring of '03, Russia suggested that the game was canceled But I didn't see the unbalancing effect that those kinds of CDs often have. You would expect to see someone like Germany being exceptionally powerful if his two neighbors dropped out, and that's just not the case. I am growing rather steadily, but I'm fighting against people who are still in the game. And so I wasn't going to vote cancel, and even a draw was not really in my best interest since, as I said, my game here in the East had been unaffected. That flies with people, I suppose. Germany didn't seem upset. Italy didn't seem upset until after the fall when I took out a bunch of his units, at which point Italy stopped submitting moves. That would have, in my mind, given me purpose to draw. However, the way Italy dropped out wouldn't really allow me to do so. He was not submitting moves, but he was still checking in on the game, which meant he was not in civil disorder. He was NMR, or no moves received, for several seasons, but not in civil disorder. So if we had drawn the game, Italy would have gotten a share of the points. And I was not really okay with that. If he was going to throw this kind of a fit and slow the game down and ruin the game for everybody else, I was not going to let him have an equal share of the points. And so until which time that he actually went into civil disorder, I just decided to push through his territories. So you see in 05, I take his other two home centers and Smyrna, and also take Moscow up here. And then in 06, I take Warsaw, get in position in the spring to hit Munich, and in the fall, hitting Munich and Tunis to give myself 18 centers. And in that fall turn, Italy finally went CD. So that would have been the time to draw, but it was too late. I already had 18. An interesting game. Not really a great game. It was fun for the first several seasons. In 04, when Italy kind of threw his little fit, it really became less fun. I guess I'm happy with it because I won, and I won exactly the way I hoped to as far as centers go. But Italy's NMR and CD kind of really ruining the fun of the game. So if you have any questions about the game, comments, or anything like that, please feel free to leave them. And thanks for watching.